What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. It is episode 343, and we have the least exciting week of college football thus far to preview.
I
So many teams are on bye.
A
So
lot of
many.
teams are on bye, but I want to say I don't think it's the least. I think it's sneaky. There's a couple sneaky matchups in here that are going to be really
Oh,
entertaining and
it's
actually kind of
sneaky
have
for the
it's
college football
sneaky.
nuts. It's a fun weekend, but on
Um,
paper, when you're looking at it whole, just not as exciting as the past couple of weeks have been. But we do have some big time ranked matchups. A couple of matchups with one ranked team against an unranked team, which is a very tight spread, close game. Uh, Not exactly like an
I
easy ranked teams
I
winning.
think generally speaking, Grant, like there are teams where you're looking just on paper and matchups on paper in here. There's a lot of ranked to be unranked this week.
A
But
lot.
I think a lot of those
I think just
matchups
two
are
ranked matchups would have been three. Shout out Memphis.
I do just think some of those ranked v unranked matchups that you might not be giving much sense to or much like of an eye to on paper like actually might be like pretty tight games if you haven't been paying much attention.
UCLA plus 25 and a half might be
Taking
lock of the
that,
weekend. Might
taking
be
that,
lock of the
100%
weekend.
taking
Might
that.
be lock of the weekend. Or the
Um,
over 54 and a half. I think that's
no, the
actually
plus 25 and a half is
I it's
plus 25
crazy
and a
that I'm
half.
saying this, but I think UCLA
Well, is Nico
their
hurt?
score
Didn't
you
he get
good.
hurt? I thought he got hurt last week.
Even if he's getting hurt the way he's playing right now, he's suiting up. He's playing too well.
He's playing.
He can't
Yeah.
sit.
I mean,
Like
Grant,
at
the
this point,
UCLA is
Nico,
three.
hey, he's not going to the draft this year. How
Grant,
it's looking.
UCLA's 3-1 in the Big Ten right now.
Really good. Really good. Now, are they on a three? No, they just lost last week. But they look like a good team right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're the
It
frisky
will
Big Ten
be.
team. You know?
It is. It's it. They are going to have not like Indiana's should be concerned,
No.
but
Yeah.
like Indiana definitely is going to be like, all right, we need to pay a little bit more attention to this game, not a look ahead
Yeah.
game as
And if
much as you would have
anything,
thought before.
it could be a early Indiana last week. They also start a little flat. I think they started off punted early. Other team went down and scored right away. It might be a get punched in the mouth right away, go down 7-0. Oh shit. Oh, okay, wait. Never mind, gotta play football. And it's one of those type of games. But like UCLA, yeah, absolutely no
But
joke.
I mean, before we get into the ranked matchups that are kind of relevant this week's one specifically, there are two games, Grant, two other games that I'm mainly looking at.
I've got
Um,
one ranked versus unranked. I've actually have
I
two
have
that I'm looking
two.
at that I love.
I have
But you go
two.
first. You go
I,
first.
I think we're gonna share one, and I think that's
I
Illinois
would think one of them
Washington.
sure. Yeah, Illinois,
Okay,
Washington.
I want to
Like
talk about that
I need to
after I
see
get
how
to
real
this one.
Washington is, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one game that I have my eyes on, Grant, is Arizona State at 5-2
Ooh, I love
versus
that one too.
Houston 6-1.
Okay.
This is a huge game. Houston's currently 3-1 in the Big 12. So is Arizona State. This could have
Oh,
very
this is
big Big 12
massively. Yeah.
implications. This is a huge game. Not to mention, Houston wins this game. They're 6-1. They're right there on the cusp of being ranked to begin with. They
Houston
win this, they should
is
be
a
ranked.
million percent
And
ranked if they win this one at
Connor
Arizona
Wegman
State.
also Connor Wegman's also not having a bad season by any
Oh my
means. He's
God,
having
he's
a pretty
looking
good
so
season.
much better.
He's looking very
So
11
much better.
touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1,400 yards basically. I'm sure more with that if you go all purpose. They're looking very good, and as somebody who comes from the Willie Fritz regime myself, I can't say that I'm surprised.
A bit of
But
a Fritz
that's a
disciple
massive
yourself.
game. Yeah, Fritz disciple. The coaching tree,
A
as
Fritz
some would
disciple.
say.
A Fritz disciple.
But that's a game, Grant. I am all in. Even if I wasn't a Willie Fritz discipling, I would be all in on Houston on
And
this over Arizona State.
their 5 p.m. start, bit of a standalone in that late window.
5 p.m.
Central
or 5 p.m. Pacific time. 5 p.m. Pacific time. Need to
8
put the
p.m.
labels
East
on
Coast
that,
start.
Grant.
8 p.m. boys. We're staying
We
up
need to
late.
get the labels.
We're staying
Yeah.
up late for this one.
But this, to be fair, this is at Arizona State, so it will be their Pacific time. I'm pretty sure, right? Arizona's Pacific time, or are they in the mountain?
Okay, now I
They in
know
the
they're
Mountain West
now I
zone.
know they're Pacific, but Arizona's whack and they don't do daylight saving time. So I think right
Oh,
now they go to Mountain.
they go to Mountain. They switch.
It's either they go to Mountain or they're in Pacific. Arizona doesn't do that daylight saving time bullshit. They don't do that. So I
they
don't.
they ain't about that.
Yeah, I don't know
Ain't
what the
nobody got
local.
time for that.
Yeah, and we probably as a nation should follow suit. We stop that.
Everybody goes to Mountain West.
Yeah,
Mountain West
we
time.
should all just forget that daylight saving time stuff. Just together.
I thought that they were supposed to, but I guess not.
Right?
I don't really know.
Right?
I thought.
I'm pretty sure it just happened last Saturday.
Did it?
Pretty sure it was really dark this week when I was driving. It was really dark. So,
it's been light here, I'll say, but that's one of my games that I'm really watching and that I'm excited for. When I say it's a sneaky week, that's one of those games where I'm like, that's a sneaky, massive game and a very good game at a minimum. But Grant, the game that both of us were looking at here, Illinois Washington, you'll know a little bit more about that than me because just the Big Ten fandom and seeing Washington in person. Both of them 2-2 in the Big Ten, so also very big implications for Big Ten conference standings.
I think both these teams are those. They're there with USC in that frisky next tier.
Yeah,
like not exactly playoff contender, definitely not national title contender, but that frisky range where like you could see any of them like picking off a game against Oregon or Indiana. Like that isn't that crazy if any of them were to do it. Obviously Indiana like boat race Illinois. Regardless, I digress. I think both of these quarterbacks have played really, really well this year. And I think fortunately for me, you guys know my opinion on Ohio State football. And how the media needs to treat Ohio State in order for Ohio State to be Ohio State. And I'm seeing a ton of Ohio State fans get really like genuinely upset. I could tell they're genuinely salty and angry when they see Julian Sayin is the 15th best quarterback in college football. Like that genuinely angers them and makes them pissed. Also, on the flip side, though, I think a lot of Ohio State opponents thus far have been severely underrated because of how they looked against Ohio State.
I just want to clarify something because there's two sides of Ohio State fandom. There's two sides of Ohio State fandom. And I just need to clarify because if it was you, you'd be pissed off that they're not ranking him as a worse quarterback to get the dog mentality in him.
Yeah,
then there's other fans that are pissed off
they should be rated quarterback in college football, and like he's a check down merchant. He's afraid to throw the ball. So yeah, no, I quite literally there's nothing he's done that's impressed me thus far personally. That's just me though. I know we're all different as fans. But forget Ohio State. Luke Altmaier and Damon Williams, they are now grossly overlooked. People are like, both of them are absolute garbage stinkers. Who cares? I think they're both top 5 quarterbacks in the Big Ten this year. They are playing really well. They don't exactly have the greatest weapons around them either. They're doing a lot of it on their own. But I think we're going to get a classic. Well, I was about to say classic quarterback matchup and say Big Ten in there. This isn't going to be a classic Big Ten matchup. I expect this to be like a fun college football game. I expect quarterback superstar plays. I expect hero plays out of both of these quarterbacks in this one. I think both defenses are gettable. Recently, Illinois has given up 34 to Ohio State. That's not that bad. It's pretty good. 27 to Purdue, 32 to USC, 63 to Indiana. Illinois, they can give up some points. And Washington gave up 24 to Michigan last week. Only 19 to Rutgers and 20 to Maryland the week before. But both these teams can give up points. I would say neither necessarily has an elite defense. It's the quarterbacks that interests me about these teams. It makes them scary to me. So we're gonna see quarterback hero plays. Who can be the bigger goat for their team? I would lean towards right now. I think I'd lean towards Washington and tomorrow.
I'm going to agree with you on that. I'm going to agree with you.
I think Illinois is still really good, though. I'm afraid that Washington wins this game by like 12 or 14, and people are like, Illinois is the worst football team that's ever existed.
But it's going to happen either way. Washington could probably win by
this
3.
Game is going to be the most overlooked. You're garbage, and then they're going to go win 3 straight.
They're also going to be like, oh well, they're 5-3. Like
exactly,
they can't be a good team.
Yeah. I think both these teams are good. Their season isn't over if this game ends, but the media will treat the loser of this game like their season's over. But
about that way.
Yeah.
Grant, just a couple other
I got one more really big 12 that I'm super into. BYU Iowa State. I am thinking BYU right now, they have the throne in the Big 12. They control their own destiny, undefeated. They went out. They're obviously in. I just feel like how my brain has experienced the Big 12 since starting this podcast, really. Whichever team is now crowned the king of the Big 12, they lose pretty quickly right after. The king of the Big 12 shifts 7 times a season at this point. And so because of that, I think Iowa State's going to get it done. If Iowa State lost last week too, which I think they did, I feel even more confident in them now. Let me check and make sure.
I do want to say this though, Brent. This is a massive week just for the Big 12 in general, because this game,
Iowa State lost to Colorado. Yes,
but this game and the Houston Arizona State game both have huge implications for potential playoffs and Big 12 future, because right now, Grant, both Houston and Arizona State are 3-1 in the Big 12. BYU obviously 4-0, Iowa State 2-2. BYU's got the best record
of all of them, sitting at 3-1, just one Big 12 loss.
I believe. I think they've got one loss as well.
So,
but BYU's got the best record of everybody at 7-0. Houston's right behind them at 6-1. And
that's another thing. People are overlooking Houston. It's like they're
but Houston is right. They win this week, and Iowa State pulls up an upset. You are right there. You are both tied in the Big 12, and you're both tied in actual standing and total wins. So, and just record. So this is a massive weekend. Both those matchups are not like gimmies for any of the 4
this
teams.
Week. Oh, Miami doesn't play this week. Oh, they do.
Stanford. Miami does. They play Stanford.
Okay. I was just looking around because I'm seeing BC, Louisville and Miami, both massive favorites in both those games. One of them is going to win by 10 points, Everett. I just don't know which one it is. One of them is not.
And I mean, also, right now, Virginia is currently on pace to be in the ACC Conference Championship.
Yeah, and we need to continue mentioning Virginia throughout the rest of the year for having the greatest field storm in the history of sports earlier this season. So, Tony Elliott, I hate you, but gotta give credit where
also just
due,
right now, I'm pretty sure this is a Waterboy stat because I'm not looking at the full standings. I'm just going off of who I'm seeing on my screen. But Georgia Tech, Virginia ACC championship. That's, I think, the projection right now over Miami, because Miami's 3-1, I believe.
Yeah, and technically Louisville would be ahead of Miami
right now. 1-1, sorry.
Because Louisville
also
2-1 ACC.
2-1.
But just one ACC.
Miami's 1-1 ACC. So, but just rest of these great games, Grant. I want to talk about South Florida, Memphis. It would have been a ranked matchup had Memphis not lost to UAB last week. But this is a really
game
big
day. This would be a week where they're G5.
But this is a. I think it's at Vandy, isn't it? I think it's at Vandy this week.
Yes.
They deserve it. But Grant, this is a huge game, not just for the American, but for playoffs and the G5 bid. South Florida does not play Tulane this year. Memphis does play Tulane this year. South Florida's 3-0, and this might be, just fact checking here, this is their last remaining, they play Navy, who is also very good this season, but really outside of that this is the biggest game for them. And this could determine who hosts the conference championship game, assuming Tulane beats Memphis at the end of the year, or even not if Memphis beats USF and then also beats Tulane. That also could determine. So this is a really, really, really big week for the American, and also just generally speaking for the playoff bid, because the playoff team will be coming from the American at this point, and it's going to be South Florida, Memphis, Tulane, or Navy. It will be one of those four teams.
I'm thinking moving forward, when they go to 16 team playoff, I'm thinking maybe they should consider changing all conference championship game sites to just higher seed home games.
Which is what the American does right now.
Yeah, like I'm saying, we're done playing in Indianapolis. Like right now, the Big Ten is so all over that it's like.
I personally love it because the home field advantage should make a difference in the game.
Oh yeah, yeah,
it should. Because otherwise, what do you get for being the best team in your conference? Like, you gonna wear your home jerseys in the game? Like, what's the point? Like, it doesn't matter at all.
And come on,
I will say,
I know it's like in the locker rooms for all the Big Ten teams, but nobody is sit there like, yes, we get to go to Indianapolis, like play it up.
I mean, I would say if you were to have a Big Ten championship game that was a neutral site, should be the Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl.
But you can't, because UCLA technically would be the home team every year. But I would still do the Rose Bowl. That's by far the best championship.
Every Big Ten team would be more than okay that if UCLA were to ever make it to the Big Ten championship, they have a de facto home. I don't think.
Well, how much of a home field advantage is it?
Well, I'm assuming if that's a world where UCLA is making the Big Ten championship game every year, I would assume the Rose Bowl starts selling seats. I could be wrong on that.
Probably. But Grant, let's get into the rest of these games.
Even better with your point, UCLA home game, the away team still seating 90% capacity.
Do want to shout out Michigan State, even though Michigan State's 3-4 will still be a frisky game, as it always just is. A little fun game.
That's just, there's a lot of deep hatred there. I just think right now Sparty looks lifeless. This week, other than Michigan State Spartans themselves, you'll see no bigger Spartan fan than me this weekend. I can guarantee you that. But
yeah, Grant, getting into these ranked v ranked games, I think the first one, obviously, to start with is Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Ole Miss has kind of demonstrated this last week. They aren't necessarily Goliath yet. They lost to Georgia, obviously, one score. It was an 8-point game. But that does make me feel better with this being in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma still obviously doing well and Mateer being back. I personally, just considering my opinions about Ole Miss and in general, I will be taking Oklahoma in this game. I don't know if you have any other reservations, but
yeah, I'm just looking a little bit ahead, rest of Oklahoma's schedule, and they're about to enter one of the worst stretches any team could conjure in the SEC. Okay, this is the next five. Everett, Ole Miss, at Tennessee, at Alabama, Missouri, LSU. That's their final 5 games of the season. That is a gauntlet.
It will be a miracle if they can make it into the playoffs with that.
It's a gauntlet, and just saying those 5. This 3-game stretch specifically here, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Bama, this is the really tough part. I could see them going 2-1 coming out of it, but I think John Mateer is clearly hurt right now and not himself. And the Oklahoma offense, Mateer just being hurt, it's limited. That defense is crazy. That defense is nuts and can keep them in games. Right now, currently the second best defense in the country in points allowed per game. I think Oklahoma could have a good time shutting down Trinidad in that Ole Miss offense. I'm just a little concerned that the offensive firepower, lack thereof, for Oklahoma right now.
No, I do
I expect
understand
low
that.
scoring, gross, ugly, some awful turnovers in this one. I could feel it. If I had to play, I think I'm taking the under on this one. If I did have a play, I don't really feel very confident on the line here. This one can go either way to me.
53.5. Yeah, no, I say the under on that as
I'm
well.
gonna take the under. Like,
sure.
It's not the craziest line. Overs wouldn't be that hard to hit. I just
if 53.5 is just, I mean, still, I know it's college. That is
it's
still
a weird
lot
number
of
too.
points.
53.5 is to get to 53 points. That's a weird things would have to happen to get there. But the other big time matchup, Missouri Vandy, and then also A&M LSU. But I think A&M is going to vote race LSU. I think LSU.
I agree with that. I think that they're done.
They're right there. Oh shit. Dan Lanning, how you doing? They're right there. But Missouri Vandy, I believe it's the first time since like 1944 that Vanderbilt has been ranked in the top 10 in the AP poll, just at any point in the season. It's been like 80 years. So they obviously deserve a ton of credit. Once again, they're just a football team. Like, Vandy's not the Rutgers of the SEC anymore. Like, they're a football team now. Literally treat them like Northwestern those couple of years under Fitzgerald, where they were just like 10-2. It's like, what the hell?
Like,
that's what Vandy is. It's like those Northwestern Spurs.
Well, when Pavia leaves,
yeah, I have no idea how this shit's gonna look, and there's a chance
I will say
Pavia right gets now rated. So
Pavia right now is definitely in Heisman contention, and you haven't
such a college football quarterback.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You haven't seen that in a while out of Vanderbilt. They haven't had a player that's in that
I've
caliber.
Literally never seen it in my life. A quarterback from Vandy that's just like has that moxie to it. That now, swagger.
Even if Diego Pavia won the Heisman, would he be a day 1, day 2 pick in the NFL draft? No,
he's a college quarterback. He's a college quarterback, but I love me some college quarterback.
And honestly, the Heisman kind of deserves a guy that's just a college quarterback.
It does deserve a guy that we know he ain't doing shit in the NFL, but we all go out of our way to protect him because we know there's not a future. We love him anyway.
We deserve it. We
love him.
College hasn't had a Heisman winner like that in such a long time.
Or just someone just in general, just captivating college football world where it's clear you aren't doing shit in the NFL, but in college, boy, are you excited. Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while. Like Johnny Manziel hasn't played in a while. So like it's been a minute. But we need that. You're right. We do need that as a college football fandom.
Yeah. But I mean, I expect Vanderbilt to win that game. Them and their they finished their stadium renovations, right? They're in their new stadium.
Missouri or Vandy?
No, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was building their new stuff.
Missouri, they may be done in like 36, 37.
Yeah. The only other thing that I wanted to just say before we move on to the NFL here, Grant, is Mississippi State upset Texas? ? How do we feel about that? I know Mississippi State has dropped off a little bit since we were giving them praise.
Well, I mean, they were in tight. What Mississippi State should have won. Do you know what happened in the Mississippi State game last week?
I do not. I was not watching
Mississippi State. They are down 2 points with 30 seconds left on the clock. They are on the 25 going in. They're in field goal range, Everett. They have the ball with 30 seconds left. The game should be over. They decide to throw the ball, and the DN drops into flat coverage, and the quarterback throws a pick. Game over. Mississippi State should have won.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why we do not throw the ball when you have the chance to win, and there's limited time.
College kickers, but
well, yeah, you can.
You're gonna take a field goal on the 25 any day of the week, down 2 with 30 seconds left. So, yeah, now that one stings. This could. I feel like because last week was so heartbreaking, I think it's tough for Mississippi State to bounce back here.
I mean,
But
hey, it is in
Texas just
Starkville.
overloaded.
Texas has looked bad. This is an opportunity to really bring back your not turn around the season, but bring kind of reel everything back in.
I understand that. I just think they've had that for like the past 3 weeks, haven't done it. And it could happen. I think it's more gettable than next week, Arkansas. That's the
Oh,
SEC dub.
oh, okay. Yeah. Fair. Fair. Okay, Grant. All right, let's transition here into the NFL as I'm buffering this time. Um, Grant, last week I went 10-5. How did you do?
I went 11-4 over here.
God damn
I
it.
am on
Every
to
time.
an exact 2/3 winning percentage,
Okay.
66.
There you go.
Uh,
See, every time I have a good week, like we split a lot of games last week too. We split a lot of games
yeah,
last week.
wait a lot.
And every time we do, like better for us because we both typically do well then. But I swear, every time we do that, I always lose to you by like one game.
We
And
were elite on our agreements, though.
yeah,
Elite on the agreements.
but I will say, back over basically 61% here. I think I'm about 5 games behind you now. I have 67 wins on the year.
Yeah, I'm at 72.
Yeah, so
So tight.
5 games behind. So still possible. Still a lot of game left. But it is starting to become an insurmountable lead for your boy over here. Those weeks 3 through 6, really not great. But as always, I have the honors at this point of saying the games, Grant. So Thursday night, Vikings Chargers in Los Angeles, the Waterboy Civil War Part 3. The boys will be in attendance. Sunday, Grant, noon slate, Dolphins at Falcons, Jets at Bengals. What a fucking game that's going to be. Browns at Patriots,
Well, Bengals
Giants
are kind
at...
of fun now.
No, they're frisky.
They're
Still
kind of
going to be a
fun.
great game. Giants at Eagles, Bills at Panthers, Bears at Ravens, 49ers at Texans. 3 o'clock slate, Grant, late afternoon. We got Bucks at Saints, Cowboys at Broncos, Titans at Colts, and we're rounding out Sunday night. We got the perk, Aaron Rodgers Bowl, Packers v. Steelers Sunday night. And then Monday, Grant, Commanders at Chiefs. No Jaden Daniels in that one.
Yeah.
So here are my games, Grant, and I will be taking an asterisk on one of these. I'm taking an asterisk on one of these. Okay.
Okay.
Vikings, Falcons, Bengals, Patriots, Eagles, Bills, Ravens with the asterisk Lamar plays. Texans, Bucks, Cowboys, Colts, Steelers, and Chiefs.
Okay. No asterisks out of me this week. I go with Chargers, Falcons, Bengals, Patriots, Eagles, Bills, Ravens. I don't care Lamar plays or not. Give me the Ravens. 49ers, Bucks, Cowboys, Colts, Packers, Chiefs.
So we have 3, maybe 2 differences.
Yeah, I think 1 or 2.
Because you have 49ers, I have Texans, you have Packers, I have Steelers. I have Ravens unless Lamar does not play, then I have Bears.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Bears Ravens. It's Ravens 6.5. Now Vegas is telling you, and if you read practice reports, Lamar Jackson's playing in this football game. But Vegas telling you Lamar's playing. I still think you see that.
Well, I saw that he didn't practice.
He practiced today.
Practice today. Okay. Well, then I'm just going to take the asterisk off. I'm going to keep
so
Ravens
6.5. I think when I see that, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I get Lamar's playing, but have you seen the Swiss cheese Baltimore Ravens defense? Anybody?
Roquan Smith's coming back too.
Okay, I think he might be washed. Still, I'm sniffing a little kizzy on this one at 6.5. Oh my God, Vegas is on their hands and knees begging you to take the Bears. They are begging you, please take it. Please, Ravens are about to slaughter.
Hey, that's cool with me. I would rather the Ravens win that game.
Slaughter.
So cool with me. Um, but Grant, honestly, the game I want to first start off with is the Packers Steelers game because that is arguably one of the biggest games of the week and our biggest disagreement here. Um, Aaron Rodgers' revenge game. I am under the personal feeling Aaron Rodgers is going to walk up in there with the Packers and take them to town. I don't think that he's played them yet in a game. I don't
I
think he's
don't
had a revenge
believe
game
so.
yet. And this is possibly, probably his last season in the NFL.
Yeah, this is also just like very likely his last chance at a
Yeah.
revenge game.
And I personally think that, he's
This game,
probably,
how is it not played in Lambeau?
I don't
Why
know.
is this in Pittsburgh? Roger,
Did
Roger.
you see that they
We
have
can flex
throwback
everything
jerseys
else, but
too?
we can't flex.
The Steelers are
Really?
having throwback jerseys this week. It's yellow, full yellow helmets,
Not the
and then
Bumblebees,
it's.
though, right? Those are retired, right? The Killer
I'm gonna
Bee,
send it to you.
Bumblebees,
I'm gonna send
Le'Veon,
it.
AB, and Big Ben. Those are done, right?
They're a variation. They're a variation. I am about to send it to you.
Yeah, DM it to me.
Um, if my computer stops having an aneurysm here, you might have to go and look it up on for
I'll
yourself
just
here on the
Google
Steelers Twitter.
Steelers uniforms.
I got it. I got it. Here you go. Here you go. My computer's stopped having uh just vendetta against
Shout
me.
out Amazon Web Services.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Um, but yeah, it just interesting, interesting decisions across the board. I'm curious why you went with the Packers,
Oh,
to be
oh,
honest.
the
But
Steelers. Oh, they're wearing the Gotham throwbacks.
yes, yes,
Yeah, they're wearing the Gothams. Yeah, no, those are the Gothams. Packers last week, I was following this. This is also just like a new thing I'm doing on Saturdays at like 4 to 8 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays. Schefter and Rappaport will start tweeting out their reports. And last week I see Packers team plane delayed, I think 8 hours for the game last week. The second I read that, I hit one of two out of 18 bets last weekend on Arizona Cardinals plus 3.5 first half spread. Easy winner, never in doubt. I think, though, Packers, they were, especially on offense, they were off to a slow start last week. I think that plane could help excuse some of it. But I think the Steelers last week exposed themselves, revealed themselves. That is the unction back there. It is the unction with Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay and Cam Hayward.
yeah,
Cam
true.
Hayward's so old. He was playing for Ohio State the first time I saw Ohio State in person in 2009. LeGarrette Blunt was playing for Oregon in that game. Okay, Everett. That's how long Cam Hayward has been in the NFL. It's the unction over there in Pittsburgh, and I'm getting very close to whoever offense against the unction. We're getting very close. It is
Okay,
whoever offense against Cincy and Dallas. Dallas, that defense, holy shit. Wow, Micah Parsons was the defense. We are getting close to that phase though with the Steelers. Whoever offense against the unction is about to steamroll. So yeah, I still think Packers are very good team. Steelers, I think, are pretenders. They're going 9-8, but yeah, no, that's a first round playoff exit if I've ever seen one. There's a good chance they win the division though. Like that's hilarious. Like there's a good chance the Steelers win the division
I mean, I don't think that you should be that surprised at this point in the year that that's the
if they win the
case.
division.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, it's like how it looks thus far. It's like they should.
it's it, it's just them and Cincy, and unless Cincy can pull off
Yeah,
some miracle until Joe Burrow gets back, I mean, we'll see. Um,
at this point, I
other
just don't think he's playing. We'll
other
see.
games, Grant, Dolphins Falcons. I don't really think we talk about that. Jets Bengals either. Browns Patriots.
I want to talk
No.
about Cowboys Broncos. We're both on the
Okay.
boys here.
Yes,
Uh,
I think we both very much have a very specific perspective about the Cowboys offense. And obviously there's the Cowboys defense, right? That's the concerning side of it. I do think that the Broncos offense more specifically has not looked like electric.
They've looked just flat.
And I think
They
that
take a
that gives a
while to
little bit
get
more
going.
credence because if you were to tell me this is going to be a shootout game, offense v offense, mano y mano, I'm going to
We
take the
know we're
Cowboys
taking.
over the Broncos.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm expecting it to be almost because I know they have Pat Surtain. I know they have whatever his name is. That's the edge rusher,
Coop.
Benito. They have Benito, right?
Bonito as
Um,
well, but
like
Coop's my dog.
I know they have them. At the same time, the Cowboys offense is just it's a
Wagon.
different like two players,
Juggernaut.
three players on your defense is not gonna make that kind of difference.
And
And
I
that's my
really
thought
think
process, really.
CD coming back, I think it actually helps Pickens and I think they both benefit being on the field together. And it's like
Yes.
that's like the biggest headache. You got to
It takes
deal with them
pressure
too.
off of each other. You're
And
seeing a
then
similar thing
Ferguson's
too.
one-on-one with your will linebacker. So
You're seeing a similar thing too with the Vikings with Jordan Addison coming back too. Jordan Addison is getting
electric.
a lot of looks being open, and it's
Yeah.
because Justin Jefferson's taking pressure off of him. And beforehand, Justin Jefferson was obviously getting reps, getting looks, but it makes such a big difference already with having Jordan Addison back.
I think we can even relate to many other receivers. Like I think Puka,
T. Higgins, Jamar too.
Of course, always. I think part of the reason why Puka has been able to excel so well, though, is Devontae Adams out there. Look at the hat trick
And
he
Cooper
scored
Kupp
last
too
week.
Before that.
No, yeah, like there's other guys that you need to worry about.
Talk about the Bucks. Problems. You have Mike Evans with Emeka, or Emeka with Chris Godwin.
Just all of them. Like Tez can even fill in. McMillan has proven himself.
With AJ Brown, same thing.
Yeah, like I think having two great wide receivers, I'm not afraid. Like fantasy wise, like no. Like I want another receiver in that offense.
Yeah.
So they get at least 30% of their routes, they're one-on-one. Like I want that. Okay. Because on those 30% one-on-ones, that's where you can drop your 70-yard bomb tubby. So that's what we're looking for. Seahawks or not Seahawks, Cowboys wagony with that. The Broncos passing attack, though, it's Sutton, and they are still searching for someone to establish themselves as the two there.
I heard Pat Bryant's starting to get some more reps, though.
Okay, so that's a new name that I didn't know I had to worry about. But right now, Mims and Oregon Boy are duking it out right now. For those.
Pat Sutton, Illinois last year. He I think he was a second round or third round draft pick this past year. Maybe he was fourth round, but still higher pick. And he's starting to get some.
The Broncos, they don't exactly have that established two in the offense. And like if there's a week where Bland and Trayvon Diggs could look good, it's this one. Like it's this matchup
for sure.
Against those receivers. And maybe Bland has some juice after the pick 6 last week. Like maybe now he can like.
He's finally like, defense. I feel like I was the other year. Like I can.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing defense previously, so maybe he does that moving forward.
Okay, Grant. Let's look at the remaining, I would say, 3 important games, quote unquote important games on the week. Kind of a mid week for the NFL overall.
Okay, real quick, just a general overall topic. I just want to say there's a couple of teams right now in the NFL that they are coming out the gate so fast. They are scoring so quickly. They are getting a lead, and they are playing with a lead, making teams play from behind. I want to shout these 3 teams. They are scoring fast and putting the pressure on other teams. First one, team, they're not playing this week. I had to witness this go up against my team. The Colts, I think
the Colts are playing this week.
Up the half. I swear
they play the Titans.
Oh, no. They're playing. Oh, yeah. It's just the Titans. So that game, yeah.
You disregarded
nothing marked down for that one. The Colts, I literally think they are averaging 24 points at halftime this year. Like they are putting up 3 tubbies at the half every week. It's ridiculous. Like wagon type shit over there. It's like how the Ravens were a couple years back, where they just go out and punch you in the mouth. And then you got to play from behind and you're screwed because they just run out the clock. Colts are kind of doing the same thing right now, so I want to give a shout to them. Another team I want to shout, they just start and they score and they don't give a shit what you say, the Seattle Seahawks. They just score now. The first couple of weeks, it wasn't like that. The last 3 weeks, they're just like, we're scoring.
We have inverse Kubiak now. He, instead of starting hot, he's just later hot.
He's hot later in the season. You're talking team wise.
Inverse Kubiak. Kubiak's their offensive coordinator.
I thought you were saying like in game, he's now
finishing. Well, I'm saying Kubiak the other year. Remember the Kubiak like weeks 1 through 3 with the Saints.
Oh yeah, Saints. Yes,
best NFL like offense in the NFL this year. 1 through 3, not necessarily the same. But
remember
now
Rashid Shaheed to start the year last year?
I know. It looked like an MVP threat.
He looked like Will Fuller reincarnated. Okay, that's really what it was. That's really what it was.
What a name. I haven't heard that name in such a long time. What a deep threat
hole.
I know.
He was the first Mecole Hardman, right?
But he was a first-round pick, so
technically Mecole was pretty high, like round 3. I know it's not the same thing, but Mecole had some hype too. But I want to shout the Seahawks. They just score. They're just like, oh, we're gonna go score.
I mean, the first one really is Deshaun Jackson, but yeah.
Yeah, and then the last team I want to shout out, they just score. It's the Patriots. Oh, I hate Boston fans. Don't deserve it. They think Roman Anthony's better than Drake May. Oh my god! But hey, sometimes you got to give credit where credit's due. Everett, they are good. And the best news is we went over this last episode. The rest of the schedule like only gets easier. So AFC Beast, you guys
literally might be one of the easiest schedules remaining in the NFL.
AFC Beast got bailed out with their conference schedules, but or divisional opponents. But yeah, those are kind of the massive matchups. These are the largest spreads I've seen just on average across games for the entire season thus far. Not many close spreads at all.
I do just want to quickly just mention Giants and Eagles. I have a question mark on this game because I'm not really sold on the Eagles whatsoever. Yes, they beat the Vikings last week. They beat the Vikings last week. Really, if you look at everything, the Vikings did really win that game metric-wise, and they beat themselves in the end. And that's how the Vikings lost that game. It wasn't that the Eagles won it. It's that the Vikings gave it away. And the Giants, in a similar vein, the Giants were looking really, really, really good, and they sold the game away. And I do think that this is going to end up being a very close game.
I don't think I've ever heard of that many points scored in a quarter in my life in the National Football. 33 points in a quarter.
I think that this is going to be a close game. The Eagles have not looked like the Eagles of past years. The Giants have looked much better than Giants in the past years.
Since Dart has taken over, it's like
I would not say that I would be surprised if the Giants won this game.
I would be shocked if the Vikings beat the Eagles this week. That would stun.
I would be very surprised. But I would not be surprised if the Giants do win this one.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm just
going more so with what I trust in picking, which is always just trust in picking the Eagles. But I would not be surprised if the Giants win.
It's just like if you were to tell me this shouldn't have anything to do with it, but it does. Can we see Jackson Dart year 1? Dable should be fired. We see them going 2-0 against the defending Super Bowl champs.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's possible. This year we keep saying the motto of this year, Grant, is that any team, any given Sunday. That has been the definitional motto of this season.
And I also, my other thing, and I've stuck really true to it this year. And
throw it out the window.
Really wanted to pick the Saints this week because of it. But divisional games throw everything out the window. I think, though, for this one, I think this one's a don't overthink it. Eagles 2 weeks ago, the entire state of Pennsylvania was under DEFCON 5 over the past 21 days. And they are in a crisis scenario right now, like dealing with crisis, like hotline type stuff. And I think the Eagles, it's damage control week. I like I just can't see him going 0-2 against the Giants. Also, because this is only 2 weeks after the last one, it's really fresh in that entire Eagles locker room. The Giants L they had was like what 12 days ago, maybe like 17 days ago. It was really it's super fresh in their mind, and yeah, I think this one's just Eagles. They're gonna roll. I think.
I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. We can have differing opinions on that. I do just want to mention though, with Saints and Bucks, you're talking about the Bucks. Emeka Egbuka might torch everything out of everything out of
he will
the Superdome.
Scorch. I just was looking up. Let me get this. I'm gonna do it on my phone so I don't freeze. See, I'm learning. I'm growing. I need to check this up. Yeah, okay. The Chris Olave Bucks game log. Because I was sitting there, I was like, Bucks Saints immediately, naturally, like anyone who looks at this game, you should. And if you haven't, do it right now. I won't be mad at you if you pause the video, go look up highlights Mike Evans versus Marshawn Lattimore. Like preferably like a
what a great
an 8-minute montage. That would be preferred. But if you could only get like a 3-minute one where you don't get
then
that
you're not
many
looking
highlights,
hard enough.
Yeah, no, you are looking hard, but we'll take a 3-minute highlight tape.
Actually, I don't know how you wouldn't find at least an 8-minute. Every single one of them.
Oh, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you have to be looking too hard to find a 3-minute one.
Yeah, like it should be hard to only find sub
a 200
second. Like that should be difficult.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to find some storyline. That's something that you've brought up recently. It's entered the back of my mind. Just little beefs between these divisional rivals. I was trying to find some angle here. I know Olave has been strapped.
Well, if Mike Evans was playing, there'd be big beef. Yeah.
Well, yes. With Lattimore.
Well, it doesn't matter. Lattimore. Just the state of, or not say, city of New Orleans, just strongly hates Mike Evans.
I wonder though if like a bit of personification here. It's easy to make an enemy out of your opponent when you got a face. You got a literal guy, Marshawn Lattimore, that you can think of all week in practice. I'm about to snap this dude's ankles 3 times over, make him go get emergency surgery, and then re-break it. Like when you have that mindset throughout the week, you're almost guaranteed to succeed. Well, you're almost guaranteed to give it your all and be going hard as shit. But maybe like, and the Saints are awful. Like when you tackle Spencer Rattler, you don't get the same juice as when you sack Bree. When you sack Bree, the heart rate has now elevated to 2,000. You are screaming top of your lungs. When you sack Spencer Rattler, you're like, please be okay. I need you to stay in this game so I get more sacks. Like please be good. Like it's just, I feel like it's a different dynamic.
Yeah. I mean, I get that.
I mean, I'm just playing overall there. Obviously, they despise each other to death. Like NFC South in general, I overlook those beefs. They despise each other.
I mean, I would say the division that hates each other the most is probably the AFC North, right? Browns, Ravens, Bengals.
NFC Beast is up there.
I know it's up there, but I'm saying the most.
AFC North, most. There's so many inner beefs. AFC North, that it's just it's so much. Ravens, Bengals, like them two, ridiculous. Bengals, Steelers, just murders on the field, like literal homicides on the field. When Juju killed Vontaze Burfict to defend AB, I literally thought that was like a Steeler for life moment. He just stood up for AB and killed like the boogeyman that's been taking out Steelers.
Literally was the boogeyman.
Literally been taking out Steelers twice a year for the past what
team did Antonio Brown literally put his cleat in the kicker's face on? What team was that? Was that
I
an
really
AFC
think it
North
was
team?
against the Browns. I really it, and it would be so much funnier if it was against the Browns punter because it's like, dude, if he just like kept running straight, he has a touchdown. He's like, no, 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 crane kick to the jaw.
Right in the face mask.
It was like that one meme where it's like roundhouse kick, oh smash to the like that I'm forgetting what that meme is, but it was literally he was like, screw it, UFC. Jorge
Um,
Masvidal against Ben Askren, flying knee.
yeah, okay. Grant, I don't know if there's any MLB stuff for us to really wrap up with. So I want to just say this, NFL wise, just a couple other things, or I guess really one other thing I wanted to mention. This for the Colts. Colts are a big point this year. Grant, Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, is currently projected to sign a 4-year, $204 million contract, 51 million per year. Grant, the dichotomy between this year and last year, he was released by the Giants last year and is about to sign potentially a 51 million per year contract to be the future quarterback of the Colts. Now, let me finish. There is one thing in between both those stops, which is the Minnesota Vikings, Grant. And I would just like to say, your Minnesota Vikings has quite literally made this man's
I'm just
NFL
saying,
career
you have changed this dude's life
on a different level.
twice.
Twice. Two
twice.
different times.
Okay. This is my question. Of that 160 million Giants contract, how much did he keep? Can you get that number for me?
How much did he keep?
How much did he get of it? Because I know it wasn't fully guaranteed. How much of that did
I
he
think
get?
I'm going to need a little bit more time to devolve
Okay.
into that
Okay.
contract value.
I think there's a chance here that Daniel Jones, when it's all said and done, his total earnings in the NFL will be about 5x the value of the Napoleon crown that was just stolen from the Louvre.
The Louvre.
Daniel Jones's contract might be worth 5 times as much as Napoleon's crown, Everett. So, for a while I was telling kids, start learning how to pitch and hit. You want to be a baseball player. I think for a minute I was like, if you're over 6 foot, you better have a left-handed layup. Okay. We're going to the association. But now it's, so if you could be a quarterback, even a backup quarterback, you still have a really good shot at getting 200 million, son. So if you can spin that pig skin, you're throwing the ball.
Pigspin.
You're throwing the
Pigspin.
football, Everett. You are
100%.
The football if you
I
can.
fully agree with that. And also, if you have a hype last name for an athlete too, like that makes it even better. Like
Jones?
Maybe situationally dependent.
Indiana Jones nickname, last name, nickname, yeah.
Nickname,
Jones,
but last name does kind of play into like situationally dependent for Indiana Jones, but like Dart is a great athlete last name. Yeah, all right, you got to give it to the man.
It's really good.
You got to give it to the man. All right.
While we're here, that might be how we ended off. We're just gonna do a tier list, starting quarterback last names. I'm gonna pull them all up.
Okay. All right. We can do that. That's
obviously Dart's up there. Easy.
Dart is up there.
I think we could just start off with a couple of just such generic last names that you go in the last tier. So, for example, Geno Smith, your auto in the last tier.
Smith,
Fields, Rodgers, Jones.
Are we doing nicknames Daniels, too, or just the last?
All
name?
Starting quarterbacks and Tyler
Jones,
Shuck can be included.
Smith, Williams, I would say is up there.
Yeah, Young, bottom tier. Josh Allen, bottom tier.
Jackson,
bottom tier. Daniels, bottom tier. Ward, bottom tier.
McCarthy,
bottom tier. Just if it's really generic, bottom tier. The second tier, where
I would say Lawrence is there in the second tier. Mayfield, second tier.
Second tier. Herbert, second tier.
Prescott, second tier.
I think we might
go a little bit up. Okay, all
Prescott sticks. When I hear Prescott, that sounds like a first name. He has a first name, last name, and it just sticks. Like, I'm going to say that second tier, Drake May. May, second tier.
I'm throwing Tua into that second tier as well.
Yeah, if it's hard
just
to
because
pronounce,
it's hard to pronunciate.
If it's that hard to pronounce, if you to this day have NFL analysts pronouncing your names wrong in the same segment, you're automatically in that second tier. We might be going. Brissett.
Goff, I might put in that.
I guess tier. Brissett's listed on this list. I'm looking. I know he's.
It'd be Murray.
Murray's also bottom tier.
Bottom tier.
There's only one Murray I know, and that's from Impractical Joker. So, that's it. Going up. Gabriel's in that second tier.
Yeah. I would say that next tier, I mean, essentially it could be the top tier, but
I think we're gonna have
as a general thing. I think we need to do I think we need to do the top tier, and then we can come back down. I think we gotta do it.
So the 1-1 without question, Everett, give it to me.
Without question.
I
don't know. Without
question,
even
be thinking. Go off the top of your head. Who is the best quarterback last? Say.
I was gonna say Hurts, but
Michael Penix.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going with the memes, which way we were going.
Meme jokes,
because I would say by last names go. Hurts, Rattler, Love. Great 3 last names.
Yeah, Hurts, Rattler, Love. I think Nix is a solid last name for a quarterback. I like Love. Well, you said Love.
Dart is up there as well.
Flacco is elite. Flacco might be the greatest last name ever for a quarterback.
Yeah, I
mean, Rush is pretty
really
good. Cooper, it has Cooper Rush listed Ravens for me right now. Jackson's obviously last tier, but they got Rush.
Wentz, I would say, is like
up there,
not the top, but right below.
I think Wentz might be getting it when you got
in the top
as the last letter. You get a bump. You get a bump when
automatic.
You get an auto bump if Z is the last letter in any of your names. Auto bump.
What about Stafford?
I was going to say that's up there.
Top or second
when you say Stafford, like it might be ending on the
Darnold.
Stafford, Darnold, ending on that duh.
Yeah.
It just Prescott. Oh yeah, like 2 syllables and they stick. I love it.
And then Stroud.
Like arguably,
I would say he's still up
tier.
there.
I would say arguably in the second, but
and then
I can
Young.
accept
I think
third.
Young is still. It's not like a bottom. I would say it's like
thing
between the second
Young
and that
is,
third tier.
He gets a lot of help with Steve Young. Like really helps.
I would agree with that.
And I think though Young is the best generic.
But Grant, I mean, of all time, the greatest last name ever on a jersey. Burrow, spelled the Cajun way.
Now, I would say, though, the greatest Madden abbreviation name ever where they have first initial last name is P. Rivers. That had me crying, laughing every single time I played Madden. P. Rivers had me crying every time I played Madden growing up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If we missed any other quarterbacks, I think we didn't say Ward or Purdy, but they'll figure it out. It's fun.
Purdy's nice.
Dirty Purdy.
Purdy that's a damn good name. It's just Purdy. Touchdown.
That might have been what got it drafted alone and as Mr. Irrelevant. That could have been it.
He might have the best name for Mr. Irrelevant ever. Just off name, nothing to do with your playing career. He happens to be the most successful Mr. Irrelevant ever, but nothing to do with that. Like Brock Purdy. That dude's going to be running through so many tins of dip when he's like 32. Oh yeah, Brock Purdy,
okay.
Dip Lord.
Okay, all right. With that, we're gonna wrap up the episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, and on TikTok at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Ever6 and at WaterboyGrant. We post episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe, turn notifications to miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and on Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there so you don't miss anything else. And with that, we will see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.